Hi, I'm Brenda Horton, and I'm here today with Robert Trent, Executive Director of Sierra Commons, a business incubator in Nevada City, California. So I'm very excited to be talking to him. Robert, welcome.
Thank you, Brenda.
So let's start off with talking about the vision you had for Sierra Commons. What planted that seed for you?
Sure. It actually happened pretty organically. I was running a marketing communications company, and as our business contracted and expanded, I found myself with extra office space or not enough office space. And in a time when there was extra office space, I started renting out desks to people in the community that had complementary business skills, let's say programmers or a graphic designer. And then one day, someone came in and I was renting a desk to them, and they sent me a video saying, you know, this is called co-working, and here's this group, and I run this group called Solopreneurs, and it got me on this track of like, oh wow, this is cool, this is actually what we're doing, and other people are doing similar things, so I looked into it more and just gave it a name and pursued it that way.
So you were doing something that was already being done all over America, didn't really have a name for it until someone sent you this video and you said, aha, I'm onto something. Obviously, it validated your idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was really, the co-working movement was about a year or two old, although people could argue that it's been going on forever.
Right.
Shared office space, but the new incarnation of it is fairly new, and it's really taken off in the last couple of years.
Wow. So how did you find the building for Sierra Commons? Let's talk about how you brought that vision to fruition, because it's one thing to have this idea, it's one thing to have this vision, it's a lot harder to implement it, a lot harder to bring that to fruition.
Yeah.
So how did you do that?
Okay, so it was a funny chain of events. So as I got more into the co-working movement, and some of my colleagues were kind of on board with me, there was an opportunity for a community enrichment grant that the Nevada County was giving. And so I wrote a brief grant proposal to, and that kind of addressed the need for walkable community and bringing our economy up and job creation. And unfortunately, or fortunately, that we didn't win that grant. But the county was really impressed with what we were trying to do and asked if they could pass it around. So they passed it around to our current funder, the Private Industry Council, and they had already leased the building that we're in right now, the Stonehouse building. The bottom two floors is occupied by the Stonehouse Hospitality Academy, which is teaching at-risk youth, their ages, I think 18 to 23, the hospitality industry. And they had the entire top floor, which is about 2,000 square feet, available, and they wanted to put it to good use. So in our conversations, they said, how about you move into the top floor and do the incubator there?
So at that time, the business incubator idea, were you specifically targeting the local small business community, or did it evolve to that later?
No, we started out doing that. And
with
as a
that
matter of fact,
intention.
we called it Sierra Commons within the previous businesses building.
Okay.
And we just kind of came here, and then once we moved here, we officially started Sierra Commons.
Okay, so you start Sierra Commons, you have this idea, co-office, co-working space, and the intention is to bring the local business community, startups, entrepreneurs, to help them jumpstart their business.
Right.
Okay, so let's say I'm a local business owner, I'm a local entrepreneur, solopreneur. I come to Sierra Commons. What benefits do I get from being a part of your membership site here?
Okay, so there's multiple levels of benefits. At the most primary level, it's office infrastructure. You can come here with a laptop and you set it down and you can start working immediately on your business, as opposed to having to rent an office, sign a year lease, get a credit check, work with the gas and electric company, wait around for them to show up, put a deposit down, phone company, DSL, buy the modem, buy furniture.
Just all the headaches
all
of
the
getting
headaches,
set up.
accounts, and this area is notorious for bad customer service, and it takes missed appointments and all of these details, and we've already worked that out.
Sierra Commons takes care of all that.
We take care of all that.
Nice.
We actually recently did a cost comparison of officing at Sierra Commons at the most basic level, which is a nomadic membership at $100 a month, and took a year of renting a 400 square foot office downtown. And over a year, it cost $1,100 a month to rent an office downtown.
Wow.
And we were being very, very conservative. And I was actually shocked at the numbers. So here, $100 month to month, no or low commitment.
No hassle.
No hassle, and you're up and running. So we have a desk, super fast internet, a great conference room, professional office, parking downtown, and so that's really, I mean, there's lots of other things we offer too. Like members have, we're part of a co-working visa program, so you get a co-working visa. So if you travel to San Francisco, you can get free office space at other co-working facilities.
That's really important too, because there's a lot of people that live in Nevada County here in Nevada City that travel to San Francisco quite often. They can take their laptop and say, hey, I'm a member of Sierra Commons. Can I rent your space for a day or a few hours? And so they get a discount with that?
They get it for free.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
And in turn, if people come up here, which is less frequent than we're going out since we're rural, then it introduces people to our area too, and gives them a taste of what we're doing in kind of this modern rural setting.
Great. So, okay, so that's those are a few benefits. Any other benefits that you say that just like I'm a business owner, I'm a solopreneur, and I'm working out of my home office. I would think that one of the big benefits too is the camaraderie I build with other fellow entrepreneurs. Would you say that's a big benefit?
Oh yeah, that's a great benefit. That's at one of the highest levels of benefits. This hive energy that's created, where you get out of your home office or the cafe, and you see other people working, and there's this just the energy playing off each other. And And I've heard 400% productivity increase from people moving from their home office into Sierra Commons.
Okay.
And it's not just this energy, it's also everyone has their own areas of expertise, and you can't do everything yourself.
Right.
And so if, let's say, I don't know about web design, well, there's web designers here. Hey, should I do my website in WordPress? And someone's telling me I should use Joomla or I should use this or that. And very, very quickly, it's like, don't use this, use that. Mostly it's WordPress. Use WordPress.
That instant feedback.
Yeah, and it saves the entrepreneur the need to go hire a consultant or try to make a decision on their own and go down the rabbit hole.
Right.
Which either they're going to end up with something that they have spent a lot of money with, so they feel like they just, okay, I've got to bite the bullet and deal with all the warts of this product that I made a bad decision on.
Right.
But instead, they make the right decision at the beginning.
Right.
And again, they just can move their business and their business growth forward.
And that's really important, I think, because when you're starting off as a small business owner or an entrepreneur, you want give me the sequence that I need to get my business up and running. You don't have a lot of time, money, and resources. So if you have a place like Sierra Commons where you've got the built-in infrastructure, you've got you're surrounded by people with expertise that can help you take your business, get it jump started, then you're already starting off on the right foot. That's very powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
So what would a membership cost? I'm a local small business owner here in Nevada City, and I'm looking to get my business off the ground. What would that cost me?
Right. So we have currently 3 levels of membership. One is a nomadic membership, and that's $100 a month. And you get all of the use of the entire facility and 4 hours of reserved conference room time. And of course, if the conference room is open, you just kind of use it. But if you're having clients come in, or you have a set meeting, or you really need to have it, know that it's available at this time, then we provide 4 hours of that a month. And you're basically, we don't have set hours here. It's just there's enough members that it's open, normal business hours, pretty early in the morning, and not late at night, but it's open past 5 o'clock almost all the time. The next level is a monthly membership where you have an assigned desk, and you get a little bit of extra reserved conference room time, and also a key and the alarm code so you can work and use the place 24/7. And then the next level is $250, and we have certain areas here where it's not just open, there's some more privacy. And that allows you to have a more private area. And also some people like to bring in their own desk. Maybe they have this ergonomic setup that they really want to have. And that allows for that, where they can bring their own equipment or their own furniture, have a little bit extra privacy. And so that's more of a premium membership, and that's $250 a month. Then there's other rooms, and there's other, we try to really accommodate and be flexible to our clientele's need. And sometimes companies graduate and a space opens up, and this person needs it for this type of use, and we're flexible enough to try to accommodate them, just as long as it works for the entire Sierra Commons community.
Right, and I think one of the biggest challenges with small business owners, especially here in Nevada County, a rural area, is high-speed internet. I think that's a really big challenge, and I know you guys have super high-speed internet. I'm not a techie, but what is it for our techie audience?
So it's 50 megabits a second. We use Comcast cable, and it's a business class, deluxe business class. So with our wireless connection, we're getting about 20 megabits per second download and about 9 megabits per second upload. And I'm not super techy either, but that's about 8 times faster than your DSL at home. And then we also have wired connection, which goes up to 35 megabits per second. You never really get what they say they're giving you, but we put it this way, we haven't had any problems with speed here.
Great, and that's really important. So talking about more technical service, because as a small business owner, I think what we really care about, most of us aren't very techie people. What we want to know, bottom line, is how does this stuff work for us? What are the tools? How do we use the tools to help us get more business? So let's talk about other tools that you have, technical tools here. You've got a media bridge and a live stream room. Let's start with the media bridge that you're calling. What is the media bridge?
Okay, the media bridge is not actually a physical thing, but it's more of a program that we have here at Sierra Commons. And the idea of the program is to get entrepreneurs that are subject matter experts in any given field a platform for them to monetize their knowledge. So what we're finding is that people aren't having the high-paid jobs in Silicon Valley anymore, and I'll just blow down to the Bay Area for a couple days a month and make a great salary and come up here and live the great lifestyle. And those jobs are drying up, unfortunately. So we have, and actually what was happening before was people have the brains here and we're exporting it out. And what we want to do is have the brains here and enrich the community here. And one way to do that is to provide a platform for them to put on a webinar or live stream and, yes, export our knowledge, but also invite people from our local community in here at a subsidized rate so they can enrich their business knowledge and help grow their business and help strengthen the overall knowledge of our community.
Right.
So with that, we have some really state-of-the-art video cameras, projector, a dialed-in conference room that's very comfortable, and Telestream, a local video company, a video software company, has generously donated Wirecast, which is the industry-leading live streaming software, and ScreenFlow, which is a presentation software where you can capture everything going on in your screen.
Okay, so let's break it down, because that's a lot of, those are a lot of tools. And I'm a small business owner. I'm like, whoa, okay, how do I use that? How do I make that work for my business? So let's just take one, for example. Video. Did you say you have video equipment? So I'm just going to throw some examples out there. I'm a real estate agent. How would I come in and use and I think we learn best by examples. So how would I come into Sierra Commons as a realtor and use your video equipment?
Okay, so right off the bat, I would say that we're not going to show houses with video here.
Right.
But one of the ways that realtors, I think, need to differentiate themselves is to share their knowledge and provide helpful information to their clients or potential clients.
So teaching and training. So take your video equipment or take your screencast equipment and teach their clients. Today, I'm going to do a presentation on the importance of home inspections, and I'm just going to kind of walk you through the top 10 steps of the importance of a home inspection. So they could take your equipment, your presentation tools, or your video tools, and talk to their audience, through video, and get that content out to them.
Yeah, here's a scenario. So they do a presentation. They have a PowerPoint or some type of graphical computer presentation. Mm-hmm. We have a multiple camera facility. So, and also it's capturing everything that's going on through the computer. So nice. It can be a video of them presenting, and we can edit and cut in and out of their software presentation. Mm-hmm. They would give points about home inspection, and then either they could live stream that to the web, like just like a TV show. We could capture that on a hard drive, and they could show that on demand from their website, and we could help them through the steps of doing that, which is pretty simple, but if that's not their area of expertise, we can help them out for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
And they could then establish themselves as a subject matter expert and provide a reason for their customers to come back to their site.
Right.
And through that, they're going to get more customers.
Right. I think that's really an important tip you just gave. Teaching, selling your product services through teaching. It's people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And if you are that trusted expert, that trusted advisor in your industry, because you are providing great value, great content to your target audience, your customers and prospective customers, using the tools, the latest technology tools to get that content out there, what better way to expand your online reach than using the local business incubator here with all the tools and services you have?
Yeah, it used to be, we'll stick with the realtor example.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a great website that ties into the multiple listing services, and I'm going to advertise and somehow pull people into my website. What's going on now is that with social media, you show people that and that might be, you have your social media presence, whether it's Facebook and LinkedIn and all the different, and your YouTube channel, and you show them, share information. Like, here's an article, this is what I found, check out this statistic. And then the next step would be telling them, like what the example we just gave previously, where you come in and say, here's what I really believe you need to think about with a home inspection. And so you're creating content, and you're providing useful information, not just passing information along.
Right.
And then you sell them.
Right.
So it's not just, I got a great website, I'm going to sell my widget. It's, you got to build a following through social media and video production and live streaming, and we can easily put it out to podcast too. It's all the same system.
So you can take, again, following along with the realtor example, you can take a local business owner, a la realtor, take their content, their training, their presentation, and they can put it out there through multiple channels online, a la YouTube, podcasting, video on their website, just with the tools that you have here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very powerful, extremely powerful way to grow your business. So as far as the type of businesses that are here, let's look at some case studies that you have. Let's talk about one or two case studies that have come through Sierra Commons that are just success stories.
Okay. There's an organization here right now called the CBPCA, which stands for the California Building Performance Contractors Association.
That's a mouthful.
It is. So in a nutshell, California is trying to reduce overall energy consumption. There's some laws out there saying that a certain amount of residences need to be retrofitted to have this energy savings by a year that's quickly approaching. I'm not sure exactly what year that is. So there's an organization that moved into Sierra Commons. There's there was one person, and her job was to not only build the organization, but to train contractors on how to be certified and perform these energy retrofits in residential houses. So now there's 5 people. It's grown from 1 to 5, and it's an area where Nevada County has a great green energy expertise.
Right.
So it's drawing from the community and really what we're known for, and so it's drawing upon our strengths, and therefore there's talented people out there, and it's growing. And so I think that's a great success. Not only have there been new jobs created, they're training people outside of our area throughout California,
right,
reaffirming the perception and the reality that Nevada County is the place to be for green energy. And they're in charge of the training, which we're working and talking about how to use the media bridge to further expand their reach and save them money and make their job more efficient.
Nice.
So there's a great tie-in with that.
Yeah, that's a very powerful story, a very powerful example, especially here locally. You would think for such a small community that there wouldn't be something like that happening here, but it is. It's happening right here at Sierra Commons. And you have another case study.
Sure.
You have a company called Boga Paddleboards, right?
Yeah,
let's talk about Boga Paddleboards. That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a different type of member because when Dave moved here, he had just sold a couple online businesses. And so he could take the time to figure out what his next move is.
What his passion was.
What his passion. So he used Sierra Commons as a place to work hard and stay focused and explore different business ideas. He finally settled on something called paddleboards, which is a stand-up paddleboard, and it's the fastest growing water sport in the nation. And he used some of the resources here to help find great graphic designers and other people to support his business. Designed some great product line, had them manufactured. He just got his first shipment in.
Wow, where is he being manufactured?
They're being manufactured overseas, but everything else is being done in Nevada County.
Great.
And they're just gorgeous.
Wow.
They're fantastic. So you can find some videos on Boga Paddleboards on the Sierra Commons site, sierracommons.org.
Nice. Yeah, I quickly scanned their website. It was like I was blown away of the beautiful graphics, beautiful photography. Yeah. Wow, what a great success story that someone, moved here, took the time to kind of rethink what they wanted to do, take a closer look at, their next entrepreneurial step that they wanted to take, and they came here to launch that. Now, and you said they just received their first shipment?
Yep.
Well, that's very exciting.
Yeah, so I know they're starting to advertise, and hopefully this holiday season they're going to sell out and get the next shipment in.
That's great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what you have coming up, because you have some classes coming up too. You're also, not only are you offering the Media Bridge and the live stream room, but you're also offering some upcoming courses. Let's talk about the business incubator, correct?
Yeah, it's the business igniter course.
Igniter.
Yeah. So what we're seeing in this community, there's a lot of great business resources and classes and people helping each other start their businesses. And what we're finding here in the climate, in the current climate, is that there's a lot of people with business ideas and they're ready to start. A lot of times out of necessity. It's that time to start your dream company. Well, it's now. And so we're gathering those people, up to 15 people, that have a solid business idea and they're ready to move forward. And the Business Igniter course is set to be very proactive and get things done. So in some ways it's a workshop where they can sign up for different business services that they need to do. Everyone needs a business card. Everyone needs a website. Everyone needs an elevator pitch. Everyone needs some type of business plan. And we're helping them do that. We're pulling in the experts from our community, motivational speakers, and very practical, task-oriented steps that they can take. So it's a 6-week course, as I said, and then following each class is 2 hours of open office where they can drop in, and people will be there to help answer their specific questions. And the hope is once they finish the course, that we're going to give them additional and actually a very, very valuable package. It's hopefully going to be business licenses. Nolo Press is sponsoring the program with free books, where we're talking with the Chambers of Commerce to see how they want to participate. There's people within our community, professionals within our community, giving free consultation on social media, on search engine optimization and other things. So we're really going to hold their hand and maybe even give them some pushing that they need to actually start their business in a short amount of time. You don't need to have a $10,000 website. You need to have a one-page website with your name, your link,
just to
your
get
phone
started.
number,
Yeah.
get started, and hopefully some of these businesses will even have their first customer.
And how much is this going to cost?
So it's $250 for the course.
Okay.
And what you get in return is going to be well worth it.
Right. And so people can go to sierracommons.org and sign up?
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, I think that's a great note to end on. What a great resource that you are providing here to the local business community to get us jump started on the next business idea that we have. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk a little bit more about Sierra Commons. We wish you all the best and all the success to this. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing you're doing here locally.
Well,
Thanks
thank
so
you.
much.
Okay.
Again, I'm Brenda Horton, and thanks for stopping by.